Welcome to the first video for our relief sculpture building project. As you watch the video, please remember to jot down some of the notes on your video notes worksheet in the video notes 1 section. If you run out of space for your notes, feel free to grab another sheet of paper and staple it to the original worksheet. In this video, I may also ask you a couple questions to get you thinking about things to maybe help you with your note taking. Also remember to write down your vocabulary at the bottom of your video notes worksheet. In this video, we're going to look at the patterns and textures on the outside of buildings. Then later on, you'll get a chance to recreate some of the architectural patterns and textures on your own. So what are patterns? Patterns are simply things that repeat. It could be anything such as shapes or objects or colors. For example, like an AB pattern for colors. Yellow, green, yellow, green, yellow, green. That is a pattern. Oftentimes patterns are used as decoration to embellish things. Architecture is a general term that basically describes buildings and other structural forms. An architect is someone who designs buildings. Now I'd like you to think about some of the patterns you've seen on the exterior or the outside of our school, like the outside of our school building, or even your neighborhood or your actual home that you live in. And I want you to also think about the patterns that were used or the textures that you see in those buildings. So you can pause the video now and start to just think about it. You can jot it down in your notes as well. Bricks, concrete, and wood, these are all examples of building materials that have texture. And texture is how something feels or how something looks like it may feel, like visual texture. For example, soft. My shirt is soft, or bumpy. The road is bumpy, or rough. Sandpaper feels rough. These different materials can also be put together to make all kinds of patterns. So brick, concrete, and wood you can make patterns from those. The building in this picture has fancy brickwork combined with rows of stone. So if you look, there's brick, stone, brick, stone, brick, stone, going all the way down to, I think it's like concrete center blocks at the bottom of the building. So the pattern in this picture resembles a relief sculpture where the parts of the design are raised up from the flat background. So you can kind of see that in the image, where parts of the building look like it's kind of just sticking out towards the viewer. So relief sculpture is a type of artwork where the back is flat and the surface pops out towards the front. Reliefs can also be carved, where the material is removed below the surface, taken away. So there are alternating lines of brick with lines of stone in this picture. Can you see any other patterns in this building? If so, go ahead and jot those down in your notes as well. Today's architects often use smooth materials such as concrete, glass, and steel. I'm sure you can think of many other materials. In this picture, notice the patterns created by repeating rectangles. In your notes, I'd like you to make a list of the similarities and differences between the first picture and the second picture. Think about what you see on the surface of these buildings. Now I'd like you to move on to step 4 in your project guide, where you will be an architect and sketch different plans for your building relief sculpture. So you will use your building sketch worksheet and sketch 4 different designs for your buildings. These can be horizontal or they can be vertical. If you'd like to draw your sketches in a larger area than I've provided in the worksheet, then you're more than welcome to use your sketchbook. This would also be a great time to think about the textures of the buildings, the different parts of the building in your sketch, and how you would recreate those textures using your own materials that you'll bring in. And I also have some for the class to use.